Hi CBSE students, welcome to the online classes again. So today we are going to see about the last part of application of derivatives. So with this we are winding up our first volume karna. Okay, so this is the last part in application of derivatives. So be cheerful. Okay, so listen carefully each and every sum. It will be very helpful, right? Now question number 16 karna. F is defined in the interval a comma b and f dash of x is greater than 0, they have said. It means it is a defined and a continuous function because it is differentiable. Okay, so all differentiable function are continuous. Already we have studied, correct? Such that x belongs to a comma b, prove that f is increasing on a comma b, right? So it is a continuous function, so definitely we know it. So since it is a continuous function, I am considering a two value x1 and x2 in the interval a comma b, such that x1 is a lesser value than x2. Okay, x1 is a lesser value than x2. Since f dash of x is also defined and the interval in the interval a comma b, they have said it is greater than 0 in this interval. So f dash of x is also a defined value, right? So in the interval a comma b. Therefore, by first principle of differentiation, we know that f dash of x can be written as f of 2 minus f of 1 divided by x2 minus x1, correct? Yes, this is the formula for first derivative principle, right? So slope actually y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, same thing. Now they have given that f dash of x is greater than 0. Since f dash of x is greater than 0, this term will also be greater than 0, am I correct? So since this term is greater than 0, if it goes to the other side, it will also become 0. This cannot be negative, Kana. This is always positive. Why it is always positive, sir? I have considered that your x2 value is greater than x1 value, correct? So positive value, that is greater value minus lesser value, will always be a positive value, correct? So when positive value goes to other side, anyway it will be 0. So f of x2 minus f of x1 is greater than 0. So f of x2 is greater than f of x1, or as I can say f of x1 is less than f of x2. We have already got a condition. Do you remember when x1 is less than x2, f of x1 is less than f of x2. I have drawn the diagram and all, right? So then we say it as what function? Increasing function. See? If you want, I will draw it again. This is x1. This is x2. This is f of x1. Correct? And this is f of x2. This is an increasing graph. Am I correct? So if x1 is less than x2, f of x1 is less than f of x2, then definitely it will be a increasing function. Question number 17, I think already I have given you as homework. Now, let me go to question number 18. Question number 18 is, show that height of the cylinder of greatest volume which inscribed in a right circular cone of height h, semi-vertical angle alpha is 1/3 to that of the cone, and the greatest volume of the cylinder is 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. When we see this question itself, again I am saying it, many people will get afraid of the question. Okay, again such an important question, Kana. Okay, board exam point of view, it is an important question. So what they are saying is, inside a cone there is a right circular cylinder. Okay, and we have to prove, so cone is a constant, Kana. Cone dimensions are constant. We have to prove that the volume is greatest in the cylinder. Two things we have to prove. Greatest volume of cylinder. Okay, greatest volume of cylinder. Point number 1. Point number 2. Height of the cylinder is equals to 1/3 of that of the cone. Height of the cylinder, let me consider height of the cylinder is BC, correct? Is equals to 1/3 of AC, we have to prove. Height of the cylinder is equals to 1/3 of AC, we have to prove. And the greatest volume is nothing but 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. Okay, so greatest volume is 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. So everything we are going to prove it. Now, listen. Now let me consider the cone, but semi-vertical angle is alpha, Kana. Okay, and the height of the cone is small h. And let me consider radius of the cylinder as x. Okay, then what will be height of the cylinder, sir? Height of the cylinder is BC. So height of the cone minus AB will give you height of the cylinder. Height of the cone is h. AB, how can I find it? Is a right angle triangle, correct? Tan alpha is equals to x divided by AB, correct? Tan alpha is equals to, I'll write here. Tan alpha is equals to x divided by AB. So AB is equals to x by tan alpha. So x by tan alpha, 1 by tan alpha, I can write it as cot alpha. So AB equal to x cot alpha. So that is what I have written here. So from height, if I subtract x cot alpha, so this length is nothing but x cot alpha. If I subtract x cot alpha, I will get the answer for height of the cylinder. Okay, so BC is nothing but what? Height of the cylinder. Now I have to prove the volume is greatest. Volume of the cylinder is equals to pi, r value is x square, h value is h minus x cot alpha. Correct? Multiplying x inside, I will get like this. Now differentiating it, pi into 2hx minus 3x square cot alpha, equating it to 0, take x common out. Pi x into 2h minus 3x cot alpha equal to 0. X equal to 0 is not at all possible. Radius cannot be equal to 0. So 2h minus 3x cot alpha equal to 0. 2x equal to 3x cot alpha. X is equals to 2h by 3 cot alpha. When cot alpha goes to the numerator, it might even become as tan alpha. Correct? So if I double differentiate, pi into 2hx differentiation is 2h. 3x square cot alpha differentiation is 6x cot alpha. Sir, why alpha you are not differentiating? Sir, it is also with respect to cone. H and alpha both are with respect to cone. There is only single variable here, x, correct? With respect to cylinder radius. So with that alone I am differentiating, right? So at last I have got what? When I substitute x is equals to 2h by 3 cot alpha here, what will happen? 2h divided by 3. So it will become 4h. So 2h minus 4h will become minus 2h, which is less than 0, correct? If you substitute here, this entire value will become negative. So when volume double differentiation becomes negative, I can say that the volume is maximum at x is equals to what? 2h divided by 3 tan alpha or 2h by 3 cot alpha. Whatever kanna. Whether you are writing like this or writing like this, both are same. If you write like this, it will be easier for you to calculate, right? Next, what you have to do, sir? Next, you have to substitute this value inside your volume. Because volume we have to prove like this, correct? So substitute this value x inside the volume. Volume formula is here. Okay. So substitute inside volume. You should get 4 by 27. Let me check. Okay. You should get what? 4 by 27 volume of the 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha, right? So if you substitute here in volume, so what will happen? Volume is equals to pi into h. So x value is what? 2h by 3 tan alpha the whole square. Correct? Minus, here it will become 2h by 3 tan alpha the whole cube. And this is inside we have cot alpha. Correct? So now what will happen? Pi into, so already h square here is h, so h cube, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9 tan square alpha. And here it will become 8 h cube tan cube alpha divided by 3 cube is 27 cot alpha. Am I correct? Yes. Tan alpha and cot alpha will get cancelled, so it will become tan square alpha. So pi will be there as it is. H cube I can take common out. Tan square alpha I can take common out. Am I correct? So remaining it will be what? 4 by 9 minus, here it will become what? 8 by 27. Correct? 4 by 9 minus 8 by 27. Am I right or not? Yes. So I have to simplify this one. How can I simplify, sir? Very simple. Multiply this with 3. This will, if this becomes 27, this will become 12. So 12 minus 8 will become 4, right? So 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. So at last I have got the answer. Now one more thing I have to do. Height of the cylinder is equals to what I have to prove? 1/3 of height of the cone. Okay. So height of the cylinder is here. Correct? So now what I will let me do is height of the cylinder is BC. So let me write here. Please listen. Height of the cylinder is BC. So BC is equals to h minus cot alpha. What is x? X is nothing but 2h divided by 3 cot alpha. So can I cancel cot alpha and cot alpha? If you take LCM, it will become 3h minus 2h divided by 3. 3h minus 2h divided by 3 is h by 3. So height of the cone, height of the cylinder is equals to 1/3 of height of the cone. Can you understand? So like that also we can prove. So again, it is a very important sum. I want you people to work out nicely, Kana. Okay. So without seeing workout, whenever angle comes or alpha is coming or semi-vertical angle is given, you should not become afraid. Okay. So very simple manner you can solve the sum and you can get the answer. Yes, Kana. The one more question at last are very important. Let me go with question number 20. Find the slope of a tangent at x is equal to t square plus 2t minus 8 and y equal to 2t square minus 2t minus 5 at 2 comma minus 1 they are saying. So first let me find the common point between 2. Here x and y value is given. So x is equals to 2. So when I substitute, 2 is equals to t square plus 3t minus 8. So t square plus 3t minus 10 is equals to 0. So t square, so I can write it as 5t minus 2t minus 10 is equals to 0. Correct? So what I can do now, take t common out, t plus 5 minus 2 common out, again t plus 5 equal to 0. So t plus 5 and t minus 2 equal to 0. So t equal to 2 and minus 5. Correct? And similarly here y value is equals to 1. Since y value is 1, if I substitute 2t square minus 2t minus 5 is equals to 1. Sorry, minus 1. Okay, so 2t square minus 2t minus 5, this will become plus 1, so minus 4 equal to 0. If I take common out, so it will become t square minus t minus 2 is equals to 0. So t square minus 2t plus t minus 2 equal to 0. T, if you take common out, t minus 2 plus 1, t minus 2 equal to 0. So t minus 2 into t plus 1 equal to 0. So t is equals to 2 and minus 1. So what is the common value for t in both, Kana? So t equal to 2. So t equal to 2 only we have to take. So now we need to find slope of the tangent, correct? So first to find the dx by dt, Kana. What is dx by dt? 2t plus 3. What is dy by dt? dy by dt is equals to 4t minus 2, correct? Now find dy by dx. How will you find dy by dx? dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So what is dy by dt, Kana? 4t minus 2. dx by dt is 2t plus 3. So now substitute dy by dx. Slope of a tangent is dy by dx at t equal to 2. So if we substitute, it will become 8 minus 2 and here it will become 4 plus 3. So 8 minus 2 is 6 by 7, correct? So here, therefore, the slope of the tangent at t is equals to 2 will be equal to what? 6 by 7. Can you understand? So it's a very, very simple sum. Okay. Now let us go to question number 21. Kana. Y equal to mx plus 1 is tangent to y square equal to 4x. Find the value of m, they have said. Okay. So how to find the value of m, sir? Very, very simple. Now please listen. Okay. So y square equal to 4x is the curve equation, correct? So if you differentiate, you will get 2y is equals to 4. So y is equals to 4 by 2. So y is equals to 2 you will get. Am I right? Yes. 2y is equals to 4. So, sorry, 2y dy by dx. Now listen. So if I differentiate, I'll get 2y dy by dx is equals to 4. Correct? So dy by dx is equals to 4 by 2y. That is dy by dx is equals to 2 by y. So if I know the value of y, I can get the answer. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. So now I can say simply, if it passes through x1 comma y1, definitely my slope, that is m is the slope. Okay. So it will be equal to 2 by y1. Correct? They have given m as slope, which will be equal to 2 by m1. Now please listen. Now what will be equation of tangent, Kana? Equation of tangent will be equal to passing through the point x1 comma y1. So it will be y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. Am I correct? So it will be y minus y1 is equals to m value is 2 by y1 into x minus x1. Am I correct? Yes or no? So I can write it as y is equals to 2 by y1 into x minus x1 plus y1. Am I correct? Now here they have given tangent equation as y is equals to m value is 2 by y1. 2 by y1 into x plus 1. Am I correct? Both are tangent equation only, right? So if I equate, what will happen? 2 by y1 into x plus 1 equal to 2 by y1. I am multiplying this one inside, x minus 2x1 by y1 plus y1. So can I cancel these two? Okay. So what will happen? 1 is equals to y1 minus 2x1 by y1. Am I right? Yes or no? Okay, so this is how we get a logic between x1 and y1, right? Let me consider this as equation number 1. Now please listen. If I am going to substitute that x1 point, y1 point here, what will happen? Y1 square is equals to 4x1, correct? So x1 is equals to y1 square by 4, or else okay, so I can rewrite like this. Anyway, I need y1, so now I am substituting that x1 is equals to y1 square by 4 here. So 1 minus y1 minus 2, x1 is what? y1 square by 4, correct? 4y1. So y1 and square get cancelled, these two are cancelled, this will become 2. So what will happen? 1 is equals to y1 minus y1 divided by 2, correct? If you take LCM, what will happen? 2 is equals to 2y1 minus y1. 2y1 minus y1 is y1. So y1 is equals to 2, you have got. Now I need to get the value of the slope, right? Substitute y1 equal to 2 in this one. What will happen? Therefore my slope is equals to 2 by 2, which is equals to 1. Can you understand? Yes. So what they have given in the question? Y equal to mx plus 1 is a tangent to the curve y square is equals to 4x. Find the value of m. If you differentiate, you will get m value as 2 by y1. Correct? Okay. So if you differentiate, you get m value as 2 by y1. Equation of tangent I have written. Instead of m, I have substituted 2 by y1. Even you can keep m as it is, nothing wrong. So 2 by y1 I have substituted. I have got an equation. Now this is also equation of tangent. This is also equation of tangent. I am equating both. I get a relationship between x1 and y1. Already I have a relationship between x and y, correct? Substituting the relationship here, I will get y1 equal to 2. Substitute y1 equal to 2 here, you will get the slope value. Therefore, the slope value is what? 1. Can you understand? Let us go to question number 23, Kana. X square is equals to 4y and find the equation of normal which is passing through the point 1, 2. Now please listen. X square is equals to 4y is a open up parabola, correct? And I want to find the normal for this equation. That normal is passing through the point 1, 2. The point of intersection is not 1, 2. Please be very careful. If point of intersection, if they have said add to 1, 2, then the total answer will be different. But they have said that the normal is passing through the point 1, 2. So first what you do is, let point of intersection of normal and curve be x1, y1. x1, y1. So if I substitute, what will happen? So x1 square is equals to 4y1. So y1 is equals to x1 square by 4. So let it be equation number 1. Can you understand? Yes, super. Now, what is differentiate this one? If you differentiate this, you will get 2x is equals to 4 dy by dx. Am I correct? So what will happen to dy by dx? Dy by dx is equals to 2x by 4, which is equals to what? X by 2. Am I correct? Yes. So this is nothing but slope. So two things I have found. Now equation of normal. What will be equation of normal, Kana? Can you tell me? Formula? Y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. Correct? Sorry, minus 1 by m into x minus x1. Now the point is given here. That point should be substituted in y and x because it is lying in the normal, not in the curve. But x1, y1 is the point lying in the normal and the curve, intersection point. Correct? So you have to be very careful, Kana. And this one is x1 by 2. This one also you can write x1 by 2 because it also says the normal point, right? Slope. So it will be 1 minus x1. So if you take reciprocal, so it will become minus 2 by x1, 1 minus x1, correct? So 2x1 minus x1 y1 is equals to minus 2 plus 2x1. 2x1 cancel. Okay, so you know the relationship between y1 and x1 here, Kana. So can I write it as x1 square by 4 is equals to minus 2. So if you take cross multiply, minus minus will get cancelled. X1 cube is equals to 8, x1 is equals to 2. x1 cube is equals to 8, x1 will be equal to what? 2. So if x1 is equals to 2, what happens? You can write what is y1, Kana. y1 will be equal to how much? y1 is equals to 2 square by 4. Am I correct? So y1 is equals to 2 square is 4 by 4, which is 1. So x1 y1 is 1. Now you can find the equation of normal. How can you find the equation of normal, Kana? Very simple. Again the same equation. What? Y minus y1 is equals to minus 1 by m into x minus x1. Correct? So your slope value also you can find. The slope value is nothing but 2 by 2, which will be equal to 1. So this is your m value. Okay, so x1, y1 already we have found. So y minus 1 is equals to minus 1 by 1 into x minus 2. Correct? So altogether y minus 1 is equals to minus x plus 2. So x plus y minus 1 minus 2 equal to 0. So x plus y minus 3 is equals to 0. So this is the normal equation for the curve x square equal to 4y, which is passing through the point 1 comma 2. You substitute 1 comma 2, you should satisfy. Can you understand the logic? Yes. Are you sure? Now if it is a 1 mark question, you can do. If it comes in a 4 mark question, in 1 mark question you can try to substitute this one and check whether it is satisfying or not. Okay, for instance I am saying. Okay, but if it is a 4 mark question, we should know how to solve it. Clear? Let us move to the last question of this exercise, Kana. Question number 24. Okay, so prove that the curve, prove that the normal of the curve 9y square is equals to x cube makes an equal intercepts. Okay, sorry, the point on the normal of the curve 9y square equal to x cube makes an equal intercept, and we need to find the point, Kana. Okay, so now what they are saying is, let me assume x and y axis like this. Now this is normal, which makes an equal intercept. That is, the length of x axis and length of y axis can be same. Or else it can also be like this, length of x axis and length of y axis might be same. So that is the condition they are giving, equal intercept. So when we hear the word equal intercept, please listen. When we hear the word equal intercept, either it might be of 45 degree, the line might be of 45 degree or 135 degree. See, this is 135 degree, this is 45 degree, correct? But here when it is 135 degree, what is slope, Kanna? Tan of 135 degree will be equal to minus 1, correct? And tan of 45 degree will be equal to 1. So what I am saying is, when the curve, when the normal line is having equal intercept, its slope can be 1 or slope can be minus 1, that's all. When a normal line will having equal intercept, see, a by b or a by minus b, like this only you can have. So it might be opposite by adjacent to that. So it can be 1 or it can be minus 1. That is what we are coming to say, right? Now when you differentiate this one, what will happen? So it will become 9 into 2y dy by dx is equals to 3x square. So what will happen? Y dy by dx is equals to 3x square divided by 9 into 2 is 18. So dy by dx will be equal to 3x square. So 318, if it cancels, will become 6y. Am I right? So this is slope of the tangent. Am I right? Slope of the tangent. What is slope of normal, Kana? Slope of normal. Slope of normal will be equal to minus 6y divided by x square. Am I correct? Reciprocal of this one with a negative sign, right? Now what is slope of normal here? So minus 6y divided by x square is equals to plus or minus 1. Either it might be plus 1 or minus 1. So minus 6y is equals to plus or minus x square. If I multiply with minus, so y is equals to minus or plus x square by 6. Y is equals to minus or plus x square by 6. Already we have 9y square is equals to x cube, correct? So now I am going to substitute the value in place of y. So what will happen? 9 into minus or plus x square by 6 the whole square. Okay? Y square the whole square is equals to x cube. So what will happen? 9 into x power 4, square is there, so x power 4. 6 square is 36. When it cancels, it becomes 4 x cube. So multiply here. So x power 4 is equals to 4x cube. So x power 4 minus 4x cube is equals to 0. Now taking x cube common out, x minus 4 equal to 0. So x equal to 0, x equal to 4. If x is equals to 0, y also will be equal to 0, correct? Yes, so which is not at all possible. It means it will become a point. It means when x is 0, y is 0 means it should, the normal line will pass through the origin. So if they are not passing through the origin, it is having some intercept, correct? So x is equals to 4 is possible. When x is equals to 4, so what will happen to y? When you substitute 4 here, 4 square will be 16, correct? 16 by 6 will be equal to 8 by 3, correct? So x is equals to 4. When you substitute here, y is equals to minus or plus 8 by 3. Am I correct? Yes. So you can check which option is correct. So when you substitute 4 here, 4 square 16, 16 by 6. When you divide by 2, it will become 8 by 3, correct? So y will be equal to plus or minus or plus. Okay. So when x is equals to 4, you will get y is equals to plus or minus 8 by 3. Can you understand? Yes. Whether it might be minus or plus or minus, both are same. So with this, I will try to wind up this session. So I have taught you everything in application of derivatives, Kana. Any sum which I have left, it means that you have to work out. So all the examples you need to practice. If you have any doubt in example, tell me. I'll work out those sums. Okay. So in this chapter, the first exercise and approximation has been deleted. Okay. So other things and all are there. So especially this maxima minima, there is a maximum chance of asking a 6-mark question. So do practice each and every sum. Okay. Try to do it on your own. So don't see any book or refer any book. Okay, so do try to practice. Okay, that only will make you good with this concept, right? So with this, we are winding up the first volume of your mathematics kana. First volume, very important topic we are winding up. So next from next class onwards, we are going to see second volume. That too, we are going to start with integration. Okay, so when we start second volume, I always ask my students to be more brisk and more aware of the situation, because second volume consists only of concepts kana. Okay, you need not study your textbook. You just remember concept, whether it is a textbook sum, whether it's some other sum, or wherever it might be given. You need not worry. By learning the concept, by knowing what to do, you can do each and every sum kana. Okay, such an easy volume is second volume. When we compare first volume and second volume, I'll always go for second volume kana. Okay, he is a smart guy, I can say. Okay, so if there is 2 kids, okay, first kid is hard working, okay, but easy, but second kid is smart working. Okay, it is not difficult, but it should be a smart working, right? The answers and all will be very simple, very easy to attend. Generally, I tell my students to attend more questions on second volume, because they can complete the paper easily. People who are getting centum, you can check, they would have attended more questions from second volume. Okay, if either or option is there from first volume and second volume, they'll go for second volume, because integration and differential equation, they can solve it very easily, okay, with less amount of time, right? And there also some portions are deleted, so I want you people to go through everything. Okay, so we'll start with second volume from next class. Okay, so be brisk, keep your first volume thorough always. It will make a sense of things that you are in a right position or right track. Okay, so with this I'll wind up, and we'll meet you in next session with volume number 2. Thank you.